Hello students, in this week we are going to revise the chapters that are going to come in your exam. So, do you remember which was the first chapter we have started with? The first chapter that we have studied was chapter number 1, Food, where does it comes from? So, what were the topics that we have studied in this chapter? In this chapter, we have studied about food, the different sources of food, and based on the eating habits, how the animals are being classified. So let's revise with this chapter. What provides us the energy to do work? We know that our body carry out different activities, whether it's a physical activity or a mental activity. To do any activity, what does our body requires? Our body requires energy. So, from where do we get the energy? We get energy from food. Food supplies us the energy to do the various activities in our day-to-day life. Then we have studied about food. Define food. How food can be defined? Anything which we eat to live is called as a food. So, food is defined as the substance needed to do work, grow, maintain our body and remain healthy. So, food is required to do any work, helps in our growth and development. Food also helps to maintain our body. Food prevents us from various diseases and help to fight us from the different diseases. All living things need food to live. Thus, food is very precious and should not be wasted. We know that food is very precious to us. So, we should not waste food. What are the different ways in which we can prevent the loss of food? Can you guess some of the ways by which we can prevent the wastage of food? We have already discussed some of the ways by which we can prevent the loss of food. So, first is we should shop smartly. Some of the people tend to buy the things in excess. Excess buying of the food can be convenient for us, but it will lead to the further wastage of food. So, what we should do? We should make a list of the food items that are required by us or that are necessary to us, and we should stick to that list. This will help us to prevent the excessive buying of the food, and hence it will reduce the food wastage, isn't it? And next is we should store our food properly. Improper storage of the food can also lead to the loss of food, like improper storage of fruits or vegetables leads to premature ripening, which will further rot in the food and the food will be wasted. We can also compost the food. The leftover food can be composed, which will be also beneficial for the plants as a source of energy. Our serving size should be checked. These are the some ways by which we can prevent the wastage of food. Next, we have studied about food variety. What do you mean by food variety? Do you eat same kind of food every day? Do all our meals consist of the same food item? No. We eat variety of food. We see the lot of variety in our food, isn't it? The food that we eat also depends on the place or the region where we live. India is the diverse nation where the people of different religions live together. So, we find the different varieties of our food, isn't it? to make the different food items or the dishes, what do we require? We require the ingredients. So, variety of ingredients are needed to cook the food. But what do you mean by ingredients? What are ingredients? We have defined ingredients. The materials that are needed to prepare the food item or a dish is known as ingredients. So, some of the food requires few ingredients while some of the food requires many ingredients. We have also studied about the different examples. For example, for cooking a boiled rice, we only require the few ingredients. So what are the ingredients that are required to prepare the boiled rice? We need rice, water and salt. That's it. And on the other hand, we have studied to make the sambar, we require many ingredients like the pulses, vegetables, spices, salt, water and oil are required to prepare the sambar. So, there are some food items which require only few ingredients, while there are some food items which require many ingredients. Then we have studied about food material and sources. The two important sources of food are, what are two important sources of food? Plants and animals are the two important sources of food. Let's see, what do we get from plants? We get fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts. From animals, what do we get? Milk, egg, fish, meat. Now we have to classify the sources of the following food item based on their ingredients. So, here are some of the food items. The ingredients are given and we have to identify their source. Like idli, the ingredients required to make the idli are rice, urad dal, salt, water. So, all these ingredients we get from plant. Next is chicken curry. To prepare the chicken curry, what do we need? We need chicken, spices, oil. So, chicken is the animal source while spices and oil are the plant source. Then for making the kheer, we require milk, rice and sugar. Out of this, milk we get from animals and rice and sugar we get from plant. The next topic that we will study is plant parts and animal products as a food. So, we consume the different parts of the plant. We know that plant is the versatile source of the food to us. That is, we can consume the roots, stem, seeds, flowers, leaf, fruits, etc. of the flowers in one way or the another. So, now let's have a look on the examples of the different parts of the plant that we consume as a food. So, first is leaves. What are the different leaves that we consume as a food? The different examples of the leaves are spinach, methi, mint, coriander. Then we have studied about fruits. What are the different examples of fruits? Apples, oranges, tomatoes, pumpkin, brinjal, etc. So, these are the fruits of the plant that we include in our food. Then, seeds. The different seeds of rice, wheat, groundnut, mustard, corns, peas, etc. are consumed by us. Then roots, carrot, radish, beetroot, etc. are some of the roots that we consume as food. Then sugarcane, spring onions, celery. Cauliflower, broccoli are the flowers that we consume as food. So, We have seen the different examples of leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds, stems, etc. that we consume. You can also write some more examples. Now, some of the plants have two or more edible parts. Like mustard, the seeds of the mustard can be used in extracting the oil, and the mustard leaves are used as vegetables. We also use the seeds of the mustard. So, the another example is of coriander. The coriander seeds are used as a spice. The coriander leaves are also used by us. Now we will study about water plants. What are water plants? The plants that grow in water are known as water plants. Some of the examples of the water plants are lotus stem, water chestnut, and foxnut are some of the examples of the plants that grow in water. Then we have studied about sprouting. What do you mean by sprouting? How the seeds can generate sprout? Do you remember we have studied how the seeds can generate sprout at home? What we have to do? We have to take the seeds of moong or chana. Then we have to fill the container with the water and place these seeds in it and keep the container aside for a day. The next day we have to drain the water completely and leave the container. Wrap it with a wet cloth. The following day you will notice that the white sprouts will generate out of the seeds. So, sprouting is the natural process by which seeds or the spores germinate and put out shoots. Then we have studied about animal products. What are different animal products? The different products that we get from the animal are milk, meat, fish, honey. Then from the milk various products can be made. What are the different products that can be made from milk? The different products that can be made from milk are butter, ghee, paneer, curd, ice cream, etc. The animals that provides us the milk are known as milch animals. So, the different animals that gives us milk are known as milch animals. So, name some few milch animals. Cow, buffalo, goat, camel, yak are some of the animals that provides us with the milk. Now let's see how honeybee makes honey. How do honeybee makes honey? Honeybees collect nectar, that is the sweet juices from the flowers, and convert it into honey, and they store the honey in its hive. As flowers and their nectar may not be available for the rest of the year, bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. So, as the flowers are not available throughout the year, so what does the bees do? The bees suck the nectar from the flower and store these nectar in their hives, and they use all through the year. Now, what do the animals eat? The different animals eat the different kind of food. Like buffaloes eat grass, oil cake, hay, grains, etc. Like lions depend on some other animals. Crow eat grains and small birds. We human beings eat grains, fruits, vegetables, and we also depends on some other animals for their meat. So, based on the eating habits, the animals are classified into three, that is herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous. So, what do you mean by herbivorous? What are herbivorous animals? Animals which eat only plants or the part of the plant products are known as herbivorous animals. Examples of the herbivorous are deer, cow, etc. What do you mean by carnivorous? Animals which eat other animals are called as carnivorous animals. So what are the different examples? Lion, wolf, tiger, etc. Then omnivorous are the animals which eat both plants as well as animals, like dog. We human beings, we depend on both plants as well as animals. Then what are scavengers? Animals or birds which live on the dead plants and animals for their survival. So the animals or the birds which live on the dead plants and the animals are known as scavengers. Examples are vultures, crow, jackal, etc. So we have completed our chapter here. I hope all the topics that we have studied are understood to you. Now, as we have revised the whole chapter, let's solve some of the MCQ type question. This might be helpful for your exams. Let's see the first one. Germination of seed is known as. So what do you mean by germination of seeds? The different options are given. You have to choose the correct answer. In exams also, you have to do the same thing for the MCQ type question. In front of the correct answer, you have to click. So what do you think the germination of seed is known as? It is known as sprouts. So the correct option is option B. Second is, which of the following food is obtained from the roots of the plant? So from the options, which of the following food are the examples of the roots of the plant? So what do you think? Which one is the right answer? It is option A, that is radish, carrot and turnip. Third one, which are not the ingredients of preparing the chicken curry? So from the different options, what do you think is not the ingredient for preparing the chicken curry? Which option is right? Option D is right. That is pumpkin. Pumpkin is not used for preparing chicken curry. Then fourth, which one of the following is not an omnivore animal? So which of the following is not an omnivore animal? Cockroach. So the right option is option D, that is cockroach. Let's see the last question. Materials required to prepare a food item are called. So what do we call the materials that are required to prepare the food item? They are called as ingredients. So correct option is option B. I hope you were able to solve all these questions. So we will end our session here. In the next session, we will revise chapter number 2.